What is up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. Now, if you're a content creator or a business owner who just so happens to create content, I have a feeling when it comes to showing up on social media, you've probably wondered the following things. Am I giving too much away? And if I give all this stuff away for free, then who will actually pay for my services and my products? Trust me, I've been there. That's why in today's video, I'm really gonna break down the key differences between free content and paid content. So if you want to have a peace of mind on this topic and you don't want to stress anymore on whether or not you're doing the right thing, then keep on watching. Now, when it comes to being a content creator, especially a content creator who just so happens to sell products or services, the line between giving away too much and giving away not enough is really blurred. Because on one hand, you do want to give away really great free content in order to build know, like, and trust with your audience, but on the other hand, you're running a business and not necessarily a charity. You don't want to be giving free handouts to every single person to the point where you're not even running a business anymore and making a profit. With that being said, here's one thing that I want you to know, and that is the more generous you are with your content, the more leads you'll actually attract back into your business. Yes, you heard me right. I am telling you to give it all away. Even for me, I grew my YouTube channel from 0 to 85,000 subscribers in less than a year because I give a lot of generous content away. And even my own subscribers and viewers would agree with me. And because I give away some of my best tips, I've even had some of my videos go viral. But why exactly do I do this? Why am I willing to give away some of my best content pieces? Well, the reason why is because the internet is a very vast place, and especially on social media, we start to hear the same information over and over again to the point where it's basically public knowledge on how to do certain things. That's why I like to put my best foot forward when it comes to free content creation and really try to make my content pieces super unique and hard to find anywhere else, because that's going to accelerate my authority as an expert in that space, but it's also going to help me accelerate the fact that I'm growing a very loyal fan base of people who think that my content is super unique. Not only this, when you choose not to cheap out on your free content, you're going to find that people will ask themselves, oh my goodness, if your free content is this good, I can't imagine what your paid content is like. And this is the exact same thing that I hear my clients and my students telling me when I ask them why they decided to invest in my paid services. In addition to that, I want you to remember one thing, and that is your free content is the very first impression that someone is going to have of you. And the person who's stumbling on your social media for the very first time, depending on how they like your free content, that's going to determine whether or not they want to take the next step with you in hiring you to be their coach, in hiring you to do whatever service that you offer. However, your free content needs to be able to build that trust in the first place. Now, at this point in the video, you're probably thinking to yourself, oh my goodness, so you're telling me to give it all away. Okay, so what exactly am I going to sell then? What exactly will be my paid content? And I want you to know that the differences between free and paid content, one of the key things is that people will always pay for structure, convenience, and personalization. Because here's the thing, if you want to get rich, if you want to make money online, if you want to learn how to start a business, if you want to learn how to be healthy, if you want to learn how to be beautiful, all these different things, all the information is technically accessible online. If you search far and wide, look at forums, look at all the YouTube channels, look at all the podcasts, look at all the blog posts, I guarantee you'll probably find the answer, and you'll also be able to take yourself from point A to point Z for free with all the content that's available online anyways. But the problem is that when you go that route, there's really no one telling you what step comes first, what's the sequence, what should you prioritize, all of that. And because no one is giving you that information, 99% of you watching this video will still remain lost. And with the overwhelming amount of information that is online with very little instruction on how to exactly use this information, a lot of people will be willing to pay for convenience. They're willing to pay for a mentor, a course instructor, someone to actually break it down for them step by step, tell them what comes first, and even potentially give them that personalization, answer any specific questions that they have as well. This is something that free content will never be able to reproduce. Not only this, keep in mind within your paid content, you're going to be able to gift that client, that student, or whoever's paying to access that content the amount of time that it takes to really flesh things out in detail, giving them the step-by-step process, the sequence, the personalization, all of that. Let me give you an example. I would say that my YouTube channel is jam-packed with valuable information that I also give my paying clients and my students. However, I'm not fleshing it out as much on my YouTube channel as I do in my paid program. Let's take this video for example. It is a video where I teach you how to identify your niche. This video is less than 10 minutes long. However, when you go into BossGram Academy, if you are a student of mine, finding a niche alone and the process that takes to go from point A to point Z is at least 3 hours of paid content. And the reason for this is because I'm literally breaking it down step by step and not leaving any stone unturned. Not only this, when it comes to free content, the one thing that you need to realize is that there is no personalization. That's why even in my own YouTube videos, as much as I'm giving a lot of free value, I'm still always going to end up with a handful of comments from you guys asking me questions. One-on-one personalization is something that people must pay for. If they want you in their corner to be their consultant, want you in their corner to be their coach, and have a full assessment that's totally personalized to them, most people will have to access your premium offerings in order to access this. Like I mentioned in this video right here, where I talk about how to set boundaries on social media, I make it very clear that the personalized advice that I give is only reserved to my students and my clients within the programs that they've invested in. And for anyone else who is asking a specific question tailored to their business and they haven't invested in my premium offerings, then they're going to need to wait for my free content to come out on either my YouTube channel, my Instagram, or my free Facebook group. Now, at this point in the video, you would have learned that number one, it is actually quite important to produce really great, valuable content for free to your audience online to benefit your audience, obviously, but also your business. And number two, you would have now known the main differences between free and paid. With paid, you're giving people the sequence, you're giving people the convenience, you're giving people the customization. Because at the end of the day, what you need to realize with your paid content, you are saving that person so much time of them trying to do it the DIY route and trying to watch every single YouTube video, trying to watch every single podcast episode, trying to read every single blog post. It's just not efficient. And that's why there will always be people paying for your paid content. However, a handful of you at this point might be wondering one thing, and that is, okay, but if I give my juiciest pieces of content for free online, then how do I avoid the copycats? How do I avoid having someone steal my content and turn it into their own paid content and benefit from the lessons that I've taught for free online? How do I avoid this? Well, you're in luck, because I want you to hit the notification bell, because in the next video, I'm going to talk all about how to deal with copycats in business. So if you're interested in learning more about this topic, then make sure you hit that notification bell. For now, what I want you to know is that there is absolutely nothing to worry about when it comes to delivering valuable free content. For me, I personally believe that my channel grew this fast, my business grew this fast, because I give valuable content and I'm very generous with the amount that I give. So in the meantime, while you wait for that video where we discuss more about copycats and how to deal with that, I want you to also check out these two videos that I have right here if you're interested in learning more about social media and building a business. As always, guys, I hope you guys have a great day, a great week, and a great life, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.